What's going on, YouTube? Q back here again with another video for you. Today's video, I'm about to tell you all why the Integra is better than the Civic Si. So if you don't know, I was on the market for the Civic before I got the Integra, and obviously I ultimately ended up with the Integra, but I did look at the Civic Si. I'm about to tell you all why the Integra is the better choice. And I'll also make the inverse video at a later date. But I got the Integra with me now. I'll get a Civic in the not too distant future and do the same thing. But today we're focused on why the Integra is better. So calm down. Go drink some tea real quick and come on back. And before you leave the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell about this channel. Let's jump into it. So the first reason that the Integra is better, and in German fashion, we know how the German cars do their engines and horsepower. The Integra is also underrated as well. So what is listed at the 200 horsepower, 192 pound-feet of torque, that's to the wheels, according to the dyno. And the Civic is also rated the same way, but the Integra comes with more power. So this is what I mean. So with the Honda, that's a tune that you can get on these. So they ran the Integra and the Civic Si on the Dynapack dyno, which is the dyno that runs at the hub. So those tend to come out with more power. So just keep that. So I'm going to keep it apples to apples. So both of the cars with both of the same dyno, and I'm going to tell you the power output. With the Integra, we got 234 horsepower and 230 pound-feet of torque. So with the Civic Si on the same dyno, they got 222 horsepower and 210 pound-feet of torque. So that's like 20 pound-feet of torque difference. The Integra, it comes from the factory a little bit more powerful. So they're both rated at 200, but they both get over that. So that power is most likely to the wheels, and the Integra has more. So reading on the forums, they're saying that it's like the Integra got the stage 1 of the Honda tune. So that's what those numbers would suggest, and that's in stock form. So the Civic Si has to get tuned to get to this level. So that's all that means. So reason number 1, the Integra has more power. So reason number 2 that the Integra is better than the Civic is the Integra has a better suspension, and it has the adaptive dampers, and it also comes with individual mode, so where you can change the dampers to be in a comfort setting, normal, sport setting, and individual mode. I can get to customize all those types of things. So the Civic Si, it just comes with one suspension setting. That's whatever the main dampers are. On this, I can make it softer, firmer, harsher. On road trips, I put it in comfort mode. I generally drive in sport mode. So just like me with my Camaro, it's got the adaptive dampers as well. And sometimes I drive in track mode, some days I drive in comfort mode, but it's good to have the choice. The previous generation Civic Si's had this option, but they took them away. Now the Integra has it, and now the Civic doesn't. So there's that. You probably got to go up to the Civic Type R. Going to get one of those soon just to give you all the rundown of it, but this is just between the Integra and the Si because they are apples to apples comparison. Reason number 3 that the Integra is better than the Civic Si is because the Integra, it comes with more feature, and that's what you get when you get the Acura. So it's a luxury nameplate, so I got to get more features in here just because that's what luxury is about these days. More tech, more features. It used to be about cushy rides, but now it's about more tech and features these days, and this car has that. So like I mentioned in the previous number, like we got individual mode. I don't believe that's in the Civic Si. And also in here, we have a better sound system. And not to say that the Bose isn't good, but this is a great sound system in here. I cannot say that enough. So we got the ELS sound system in here. So sounds phenomenal. So this is like a 16 speaker system. I think the Civic has maybe 12, but this thing just pounds. It's got the treble is crisp, the bass is nice, It goes loud. It doesn't distort the louder you get it, and it's just really, really, really good. So, and also more features that you get on here. So if you drive a Civic Si or want one of those, you have to be able to drive a manual. With the Integra, that is not so. You can get the CVT in the Integra. I personally wouldn't, but it's good to have it as an option because people like the platform, like the car, like the powertrain. But if you want a Civic Si, you got to get it in the manual. So with this, you get the manual or the CVT if that's your thing. So it's great to have those options in here. And another thing that it also has is the heads-up display. And I showed that on the previous video. On the windshield, you can get navigation, you can get your speedometer, compass, and things like that, all configurable. And you can see that right in front of you. Let's put in a destination in our GPS, and it's going to show up on the heads-up display, which is a nice feature. So let's go to a place called Try It Raw. It's a restaurant, raw food.
Starting route to Try It Raw. Proceed to Northwestern Highway Service Road, then turn right.
So now you can see your next maneuver that you got to make. In 10 feet, you got to, well, go straight for 10 feet, and then your next maneuver will pop up. Number 4 reason the Integra is better than the Civic Si is because it's more practical. So the Integra is the biggest car in this class, and somebody said even the GLI is bigger. No, the GLI, the GTI, the Integra is bigger, and it's bigger than the Civic as well. So the Integra is 1.8 inches longer than the Civic and 1.1 inches wider. So that means it gives you more space. It does cut down on the backseat headroom. If you're tall, then the Civic has more space in that regard, but it's just a bigger car. Let me get in here and sit behind myself, looking at my daughter's car seat. That thing flying all over the place. That's just a testament to how hard I've been driving this thing. But I'm 6 feet tall. Let me hop back here. I can easily, watch out for my head, I can sit behind myself and have ample leg room. So it's not even touching the seat in front of me. So it's more practical. That's that headroom I'm talking about. But it's more practical than the Civic. Also, while we're talking about practicality, I'm about to talk about the space that's behind the rear seat. So this cargo space back here is unmatched. So in the Civic, in the trunk, you got 14 square feet of space. So in the Integra, with the seats in the normal position, like everything, the back seats are up, they're not folded down at all. We got 24.3 square feet of space back here. So that's almost double the cargo space back here. So have a look back here. Can fit a whole lot of stuff in this lip back. Like the video, forgot that was back there. I'll be forgetting sometimes, but way more practical in that regard. Just way more spacious. Just looking around it, you can tell that it's wider and longer as well. I got to get them side by side. I'll make sure I do that in the next video. But Honda, they really package their interiors really well, because this is a subcompact car. And my daughter asked me, how's this car so small on the outside but big on the inside? And I don't know, that's how Honda does it. I don't know how they do it, but they're really good at that. And something compared to like a Mazda 3, which I had one of those in the past, the back seat was cramped, but that's not the case in here. And this is more practical than that as well. So everything that I said to this point has been factual data. So this is going to be the only point that's subjective, and that is that the Integra is a more mature car than the Civic Si. And that can be good or bad depending on who you are. Some guys do not like the boy racer look. I don't think the new Civic Si looks boy racers, but the Integra is just a nicer, more mature car. Like with this car, I can go somewhere and dress in a suit and be okay, and walk out the car stepping out in the suit. I'll look good in this car. The Civic Si, not so much. Got the bright red seats, they're cloth. This has the leather two-tone, the microfiber seats in the middle, the microfiber suede seats with the leather touches to it. I got red seats up in this thing. And for me, I don't know if you all know, the race car friends, he always drags me about it, but I like to dress nice. In my videos, I mainly wear t-shirts and sweatpants. I'm wearing the pea coat and sweatpants right now, but underneath I got on a nice sweater. And it's cold out here. It's like 20 degrees, but got on this nice sweater up under here, merino wool. All of my clothes are tailored. Like all of my shirts, all of my sweaters, all of my pants that are not sweatpants are tailored. Now, I know my tailor by a first name basis, so that's just something that I do personally. It doesn't show in my video, but that's a more insight to me as who I am as a person. I dress nice. Fun fact, my nickname used to be Wrench because I'd be dressing, drumroll. But if you look at the seats here, these are a richer red. They're like a darker red, like maroon, kind of like my sweatpants here. And maroon is seen to be like a luxury color as opposed to a bright red, which is sort of boy racer thing comes to mind, but it's a more luxury oriented color. The whole palette of all these Integras, you got like the red that's my favorite exterior color, that's seen as a rich color because it's not a bright red. It's like a little bit darker. Even the blue, they remind me of Cadillac's colors with the blue as well. And we got black, silver, I got the gray, and they have a pearl white. I refer to it as the old man white, like a white diamond, the Cadillac color. It's like an off-white, and the Civic comes in the off-white as well. I personally don't like that color, but they're generally seen on luxury cars. Something like a Wimbledon white or a championship white. So with the Integra, can you get more women with the Integra than the Civic? The answer is, why are you trying to get women based on the car? There's a great poet that once said, and he goes by the name of Cameron, there's a pimp in the ride, no need to pimp the ride. So that meaning you got to get the women. The car doesn't do anything. Don't buy a car to attract women. Don't let what you have get the women, because they'll always come to you for that reason. Just a life lesson right there. So whatever you lead with, that's what they want. So if you lead with money, they'll come for the money. But I'm digressing right now. So it's a more mature car. You can go to more classier events, nicer events, and people tend to, when I say I drive an Acura now, like people look, a luxury car, and they don't know it's mechanically the same as a Civic Si, but it's just a more mature thing. I'm pushing 40 years old, don't look like it, but that's how it is. So this fits me more in my age, even though it's the same fun for more money. So that's why the Integra is a better car than the Civic Si. So let me know your reasons why you think this car is better than the Civic Si, or why you think the Civic Si is better than this. So I'm going to end today's video on that note. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, browse the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.